group behind me is Symphonic Orchestra, wonderful group of kids to work with every day, very talented, as you can hear. That was a medieval carol. We're going to move on now to a song called C-Serpents, and you'll probably understand why as you hear it. So, C-Serpents. All right, we have one more number to do, but before we do that, I want to take a couple moments to say some thank yous. First of all, as I said earlier, it is always just a blessing and a pleasure for me to be here and work with these wonderful student musicians. They are just incredible people, and they fill my cup every day. Well, most days. Maybe not all, but most days. right? And so they're working very hard, and I'm very proud of them. Would you help me acknowledge them one more time? All of these fantastic musicians. Students, I would also like for you to take a moment to give a hand to your audience members, parents, family members for supporting you in this musical endeavor. We certainly appreciate you. This program would not be as strong as it is without your support, so we certainly appreciate that. We also have two fantastic building administrators here. We have Mr. Jeff Iguli, our assistant principal, and we have Mr. Tim Mankin here. And I don't know, you may or may not know this, but Mr. Mankin is retiring at the end of this semester. After 10 years of being here. I think this is your 10th Winter Orchestra concert. And I just want to say, as an educator and as a person, Tim, it has been a pleasure to work with you. Your support has been absolutely incredible, and I could not have asked for a better principal to work with. Would you please acknowledge Mr. Mankin? So, even though someone will succeed him in this job, no one will ever replace him. So thank you very much, Mr. Mankin. All right, we are going to do one more number for you tonight. It is Twas the Night Before Christmas. We've done this one, I think this is our 10th time I've been counting. And all 10 times, we have had a special guest here to read and narrate for us. Would you please welcome to the stage my dear friend, Mark Mullins from WRTV, here to read for us tonight.
Hi everybody, thank you for having me back this year. This is one of my favorite events of the season, and always great to see Ben and the kids in action today. Look at that, you got me a new book too.
We wore the old one out.
Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mama in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled down for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash. Tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave the luster of midday to objects below, when what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. With an old little driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick. More rapid than eagles his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted, "Yo, reindeer!" and called them by name. now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen. On Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. Now dash away, dash away, dash away all. As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky. So up to the housetop, the coursers they flew. With a sleigh full of toys and St. Nicholas too. And then, in a twinkling, I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed in all fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back. He looked like a peddler just opening his sack. How his eyes, how they twinkled. His dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow. And the beard of his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to work, and filled all the stockings, and then turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew, down like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight, Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
Well, folks, we got it done in 1 hour on the dot. From all of us to you, happy holidays. Thanks so much for your support. Have a fantastic winter break. Thank you.